Alright, so last time we played, we had just been finishing up the celebration at Saltmarsh for you guys' epic victory over the Sahagwin. So, at the beginning of the game, you guys picked up some of your last rewards, including Tharhun's sweet new sword, and the message from Kiara Shadowbreaker, saying that she wanted you guys to come to Burl and discuss things with you. So you guys didn't waste too much time and headed off to Burl, encountering along the way a group of fair hands who were about to be ambushed by a group of trolls. And you managed to save them. You chose to save them, rather. And just trying to find the name of the guy who you helped. It was Tildo Davison. Thanked you personally, and
well, he was kind of a dick about it, but
that's right. And then those troops went back to Seaton, and you guys arrived in Burl and spoke to Kiara Shadowbreaker, who spoke to you guys about her concerns about Seaton, about how Lord Feldrin had been acting a bit more had been acting erratically and had been treating the non-human races in Seaton differently and calling them the Unbound. And she had taken you guys and shown you a map of Seaton and kind of given you the general overview of how the town works. And at the end of the night, she sensed that you guys were not really sure about what your role was here and said perhaps that it would be best to adjourn for the night. And so at that point, we ended the game. And if there's anything you guys want to do before that long rest that you have, now would be the time to say so.
we also met Grisham.
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
right? Grisham Bortolio.
Bortolio, yes,
Bortolio.
The traveling merchant.
Traveling merchant.
Lost his stuff.
He was ambushed by the mage army. He has a friend in Garden Hills who's a gnome named Anexi Zephries.
I got Zephries.
My notes are just riddled with spelling errors. It's amazing.
That's right. He told you guys that he was worried that the Royal Mage Army was going to be going after his friend Anexi to find the lost laboratory of an old dwarven wizard named Gargan Sotirak.
And Kevin, you bought the bag of tricks, right?
He was offering a bag of tricks for $450. I believe I bought it.
You did. I don't know if I made a thing for you though. Oh yeah.
Rust bag of tricks. I got it there.
And clarification, what does who's Trenton 3 points?
He was a bounty hunter. He's in Matasco, and the guy sold the dagger.
Oh yeah,
my family dagger.
Equilateral, right?
Well,
Lucan.
I'm not equilateral.
No, I know, but Lucan sold it to him, or somehow got it to him, right?
Lucan sold it to the shop guy, and then he since sold it to Trenton 3 points.
He's known as the Great Wolf.
Is he also known as the Great Wolf? I feel like I should write that down.
Or maybe we could find him at the Great Wolf. I just wrote the Great Wolf. I don't know.
At Great Wolf Lodge? On the water slide? No? This is better with video because I can see if anybody's making any weird faces when I make some sort of horrendous joke that nobody gets.
It's not just silence. You can just see the...
Oh, we get the Great Wolf joke, Ryan.
I don't get it.
You dying.
Great Wolf Lodge,
Chat
Kevin.
game.
Google it.
Is it a place or that's the name? I can't remember.
It's the name of a like theme park hotel chain.
No, I mean not in the real life.
Oh,
Who
well.
cares about real life?
You haven't encountered
Ah.
a place called Great Wolf Lodge yet.
Is that his nickname?
The Grey Wolf was his nickname. Yes.
Okay. Let me update my notes then.
So I've disassembled this webcam.
That explains
And
why it's
it-
not working.
Yeah, and it has a button on the top. It like you can hear this. Not
Cannot hear that.
connected to anything. It's a button on the top. Once I open it, it's not connected to a thing inside the webcam.
That could be your problem.
Well, no, it's never been connected to anything.
Well, might explain a lot.
Maybe the top fell off.
Don't understand.
Well, the top's not supposed to fall off.
Well, I took the top off. This is way better with video.
It is way better with video. You can see the silent chuckles.
The
The
incredulous.
cringe.
The literal cringing.
So then they talked a lot about Seaton and how it's like. I wrote down things like the elves are stuck in the residential quarter. It's like into quarters, and like the trades quarter is half empty due to elves losing their business. I got the town square and the temple. The docks and the warehouse regions are being illuminated by the lighthouse. And I wrote, she expects Lord Feldrin is working with the fallen leaves. That didn't make a lot of sense to me at the time. So I don't exactly remember what our mission was, to go do something to Lord Feldrin or sneak in and raise havoc in the city or something.
I don't know. I don't have that in my notes.
We were supposed to get proof that Lord Feldrin was mistreating the non-humans, I think.
Right.
Fortunately, they haven't invented a camcorder yet, so I don't know what we're gonna do. Is there some kind of magic, like, image-taking spell in D&D?
There's definitely scrying. I can like just scry my way in. We just need to get like an item of Lord Feldrin's and teach me that spell.
Okay. Alright, we got a plan. It's coming together.
Just steal something from his place
Well,
without too
Kiara,
much trouble.
Kiara gave you guys the impression that you'll have the opportunity to ask her more questions tomorrow morning, should you wish.
I feel like we have the gist of it, and we'll figure it out as we go,
Yeah.
like we always do.
It works every time.
This is our most solid plan yet.
Okay, so there is an inn in the town of Burl called the Hearthmaiden's Home that you guys could stay at.
Might as well.
Okay. You guys have been here before, so when you arrive, you see a woman with grayish, reddish hair, and she welcomes you. Welcome back to the Hearthmaiden's Home. Will you be staying the night?
Yes, we will, young lady. Do you remember us from the last time we were here?
Your group is hard to forget.
Indeed.
Did you take care of that troll?
No, we forgot about it.
Damn it! Why do you have to be
Yeah.
honest all of a sudden?
We had good intentions. Perhaps a round of ale for my friend.
Because it's the most malicious thing to do.
She nods and motions over for someone in the barkeep to bring over some ale.
Hell yeah.
Okay, so if you
Do
guys
you have any elven ale, perhaps?
you can buy some elven ale if you wish.
Yes.
Okay, so for you guys to stay here tonight, mark off 5 gold pieces, and if you want elven ale, make it 6 gold pieces. So 1 gold piece for the ale, for the elven one, whatever you ask for, sorry.
Very well. Can we, as we're drinking, can we like overhear other patrons at the tavern?
Make a perception check.
I'm just trying to get a feeling for like what's the word on the street. What's the general go? Whoa. What's the gossip?
The word on the street, you hear some whisperings of the road between Burl and Garden Hills being exceptionally dangerous, and there have been reports of zombies wandering over the roads at times.
Hmm. Good to know. I alert the rest of the party to that. Aye. We'll have to watch out for zombies.
Would anyone else like to do anything before you guys tuck in for the night?
Nope.
Certainly refill my ale with Kelnozz.
That's the spirit. How rowdy do we get?
Got to start off the session with disadvantage.
Hey, otherwise, what are you doing?
Kevin asked you a question, right? How rowdy
Yeah,
are you guys going?
how rowdy are we gonna get?
Oh,
Because
we're getting
Kelnozz has
medium
no self-control, so if you're getting rowdy, he's getting rowdy too.
Medium rowdy. We'll start off at a good medium rowdy.
This is Rowdy Ryan we're talking about, so.
So let's do I'll roll a 1d6 for the number of rounds of ale that we do. Are you okay with that?
You're doing a D10 for rounds of ale?
Yeah, d10.
Oh, God.
To assist in role playing, now that we have video, you guys have to chug whatever you're drinking.
No.
Love this water.
Oh, damn it.
Okay, 5 rounds. It's reasonable.
Alright, 5
It's
rounds.
medium rowdy.
Let's make a constitution check, please.
I'm sure Tharhun would like to drink obnoxiously with us.
Hardly. He's definitely brooding in the corner.
Ooh. Ooh.
Alright.
Brynn, you don't look so hot.
I haven't had Elven Ale this strong in quite some time.
Brynn is done after 2. But he continues to drink past 2 to 5 and is thoroughly blacked out.
Just like real life.
Whereas Kelnozz is controlling his stuff a bit better.
I'll play a couple songs for the patrons here and then call it a night.
Okay.
Each song dramatically plays up my role in any of our escapades.
Make a performance check, please.
Very well. Ugh.
You know what? Because you have had 5 beers and you're controlling your stuff, please make a performance check. Make that advantage. So just roll again, please.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Ooh. All right. So
a legend was born.
by the end of the night, all of the Taka zombies and other things have been changed to the ballad of your endeavors, your victories of your choosing, of course.
Hell yeah.
Captain
I'll be
Kelnozz.
remembered in this tavern. That's my goal. All other goals are secondary.
Well,
I need the admiration of the townfolk
it seems like you've succeeded.
and the crew. Those are my principal objectives.
Nice. All right, so at the end of the night, you guys finish your long rest, and everyone is back up to fully healed. And unfortunately, Brynn wakes up with a very large hangover and a point of exhaustion.
Oh,
Harsh.
ouch. Kelnozz must have slipped something in my drink last night.
So where do we venture off to next then? Are we going to try to... I can't remember what we said we would do. If we're going to try to rescue the gnome dude? Or go to collect evidence about Lord Feldrin?
Once you
Says
guys
we
leave
can
your
do both.
private quarters, one of the soldiers of Burl comes and alerts you and says that Kiara has made her war room ready to you guys if you wish.
Hmm.
That was the room where you had seen the map of Seaton.
I suppose we should talk to her again?
No. Perhaps we can make our way to Seaton via Garden Hills. Not exactly along the way, but
Seems reasonable.
better than going through the drowned forest again.
Burl... Seaton. Okay, yeah, they're kind of opposite directions, though.
Yeah.
Right? Oh, no, I see what you
North
mean.
to Garden
Oh,
Hills and
yeah,
then
yeah,
west
okay.
to Seaton, southwest to
Okay.
Seaton.
That makes sense.
Do a big loop.
Okay.
Wise move, Captain.
All right. So what are you guys up to then?
Let's go to Kira Shadowbreaker and see what she has to say.
Yeah.
Okay. You guys head over to the keep, and you're moved into the war room, where you can look over the map of Seaton here. When you get there, Kiara is not immediately there waiting for you. And so you have a little bit of time if you want to look over this map before she comes in.
Okay. So she was saying that the lighthouse, it's got a light that overlooks the two closest districts. How about the other two? Yeah.
Hmm. Is Grogos here? Is he standing around?
He's not standing immediately around, but you could ask one of the soldiers to fetch him if you wanted.
Excuse me, lad. Could you get Lieutenant Grogos, please?
The lad hurries off, and after a few moments, Gorgos comes.
A
How
good
can I help
man.
you?
We're looking at this map here of Seaton. Perhaps you could point out some areas of interest. Are you familiar with the layout?
Well, I've studied this map with Kiara before, but I haven't ever been to Seaton. What can I help you with?
We're curious to know what locations we may be able to infiltrate without being seen, of course.
He points to this part here. Says, this is the main entrance from the main road. And over here is an old road. This is the old coast road that leads from Seaton to Garden Hills. Hasn't been used much since the swamp has taken over the land there. But it's likely that they'll still keep this part guarded. Anywhere in between the walls is a likely place where it might be sparsely manned.
I see. Do you know if the docks area is currently active?
Indeed, yes. That's where I'm sure Lord Felgen keeps most of his navy, and of course there are still merchants that do business in the sea, as well as the fishermen there.
Perhaps we could slip in pretending to be potato farmers or turnip farmers, bringing in fresh crops into Seaton.
Beet farmers, for sure.
Beet farmers.
It's possible, yes. Perhaps it's a magical aid.
What say you, Eikooc? What do you know of beets?
What did you say, sorry?
I was going to say something completely different. I know nothing of beets.
Perhaps in a different life.
I was going to suggest that perhaps we could fly over the walls with magical means.
Outside the box thinking, Captain.
I would prefer not to visit those docks again. Bad memories and all.
Indeed.
After a few
Well,
moments,
thank you, Lieutenant. You were most helpful.
he gives you a salute and leaves the room. And after a few moments, Kiara Shadowbreaker comes into the room. And she says, "Aha, I'm glad that you've returned today. Yesterday's talk did not settle well with me." And she walks over and starts looking at the map.
Yes, we were just investigating it. Making a plan of attack.
A plan of investigation.
A plan of infiltration.
She says, I was not fully upfront with you yesterday. I was holding back some information. To be honest, I feared that if I was upfront with you, that perhaps you would be angered with me.
Well, we've sobered up now, so you might as well tell us.
Well, the truth is that I don't just suspect that Lord Felgen is working with the Fallen Leaves. The fact is that I know this.
How do you know that?
Adri was suffered firsthand at their hand with the Fallen Leaves, and she was privy to some of her plans before she was cast out. The problem is that the Fallen Leaves are using Lord Feldrin to exacerbate the crimes against the unbound, what he calls the unbound, to stir up anger and hatred against the humans, to lead a revolt against them. Now, the reason I did not tell you this last night is that as you are all creatures who they would call unbound, you are in a unique scenario to lead up and serve as an example against Lord Feldon, if he can be stopped, if the fallen leaves can be stopped. And I feared that pulling the race card would upset you. Identity politics are everywhere today, you know.
You are very woke, Kira. We appreciate that.
She strokes your ears and says, I do share some intersectional relationships with you, but as an agent of the council, I cannot act against him unless he explicitly breaks the rules.
The Fallen Leaves, how many troops do they have? Like, what are their numbers like in Seaton?
In Seaton, I do not know, and their total numbers I have never been able to know. Their main headquarters is in the Shivering Forest, where we do not dare go too deep, focusing only on that which comes out. Small raiding parties of the Fallen Leaves have been seen coming out of the Shivering Forest, and for a while I suspected that they were operating outside of a farm outside of Seaton for their attacks. But what Adri has told me is that they have encountered some kind of powerful divine magic, some source of rubies that is enchanting people, and I fear that they have ensorcelled Feldrin for their plans.
I see. Well, how do you propose we start this rebellion against Lord Feldrin?
If you are going to raise a rebellion against Lord Feldrin, if that is your choice, then you must go to Seaton and win over the people. But perhaps you don't need to raise a rebellion. Perhaps you can steal into the lighthouse and deal with the source itself. To be honest, I'm not sure which path you should take, or perhaps there is another option we haven't considered.
I see.
Would we be able to unensorcel him if we found the source of their?
It stands to reason that if he has indeed been ensorcelled, then perhaps the spell can be broken. Lord Feldrin has always been a stern man, and his prejudice against the non-humans has always been there, but I have to think that the Fallen Leaves are using him or magnifying whatever hatred there is there.
I would hate to unensorcel him and then end up in the brig for doing so.
I cannot lie to you, Yuka. What I'm telling you could very well end up with you in the brig, or worse. But I also can't stand to do nothing when I hear of the people there who are being enslaved and abused.
This is true.
I understand.
What say you, gentlemen?
I understand that I heard the rumors from Grisham Bartolio as well, I understand that he's asked you for his help. You must do what you think is right. Perhaps if you're not able to help here, I can put together a small team to go into Seaton.
We were hoping to assist both of you. We were going to make our way to Seaton via Garden Hills and kill two birds with one stone, as it were.
Very well. Then I shall send a small team to Seaton to begin the work. And when you get there, ask for Adri.
Wasn't she here before in the barracks?
She's here now. But for the team that I have put together, that I am thinking of, she will be the first person I ask.
I see.
Very well then. And thank you. You may stay and have leave of the war room as you like until you're done.
Could we take like a tracing or like a just a copy of this map so we can take with us?
For sure.
Yeah, that would be helpful.
She nods and says she'll ask one of her pages to have it arranged for you. Alright. So I'm just going to get that set up while you guys go from there. Right, so you guys should have that in your journal.
Your journal?
Nice.
Damn it, Ryan! I was going to say that.
Your what, sorry?
The journal?
Journal?
Okay. So she takes her leave of you guys.
All right. Well, is there anything else what we need while we're here? Before we head off to Garden Hills?
Perhaps we could check for old treasures that once existed before the Great Fires.
In Seaton, you mean?
Yeah.
Not a bad idea.
Yeah, that could definitely be a secondary mission when we're there.
Oh.
Use some find magic items abilities.
Looking at the map, you guys can get a rough familiarity with this section here, which is where you guys had docked and brought to see the jailhouse here.
Where did the big fire break out? In residential quarter?
You guys would have been standing around here, and you saw fireballs explode in the around. So you didn't get a precise idea of where they were going, but you wouldn't have been able to see too much further
I see.
than so around there.
Nice.
Okay.
All right.
So up to you guys. What's next?
Well, do we need anything else here, or are we good to start trekking?
I think we can start trekking, right?
You guys are gonna head to Garden Hills.
Think so?
Yeah, I can't think of anything else we would have to do first.
Head north along the road there, up towards the fork that would take us to Matasco Garden Hills. I guess be on the lookout for undead.
Bunch of zombies roaming the roads.
Combos.
Bunch of zombos.
Do we have horses, or should we get horses?
You guys have horses, as far as I remember.
Very good.
You got horses at Saltmarsh.
Right.
Yeah.
Good to have horses.
That'll make our trip way faster.
Okay, so you guys, as it is right now, it's basically the midpoint of the day. So if you leave now, you guys will be able to get there the following morning. So if that is is that what you guys are gonna do?
Do you mean like travel all night, or do you mean like camp and then
Camp.
get there the next? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Sounds
Yep.
good.
All right. So who's gonna be leading the way?
I think Brynn should with his
Yeah,
advanced
I will
scouting strategies.
away, scouting as I go, surviving, if you will.
Okay.
I'm also gonna pull out a number 2. I have an owl.
Oh, nice.
What? I'll send out BIMs too. Get maximum scouting.
So can you just remind me, Kev, what's the limit of your control of that owl?
It's 100 feet.
Limited
sorry.
control.
For Nelson.
Kevin is the owl.
I can throw it up to 20 feet, but then when it lands, it turns into a creature. Friendly to me, acts on my turn, bonus action.
You give it commands, basically.
Yeah, I give it commands. Doesn't say what the range of the commands are.
So
That I can
takes
see.
out this brown rust-colored bag, and takes out like a furry little ball, throws it onto the ground, and the furry little ball hits the ground and starts twitching, and a wing pops out, and then after a few seconds, an owl kind of like stands up and starts taking flight around.
It's got some pretty useful little things for our trek. Got good perception.
That's cool. How does BIMS feel about this owl? Is there some jealousy?
Would you like there
Threat-
to be some jealousy?
I feel like there's got to be some jealousy with a roll like that.
What kind of roll do I have to do to see how jealous
roll for
BIMS?
Ben's jealousy.
Do an animal handling check, I guess.
Okay, so this is how jealous BIMS is. Okay.
You think he's a little unsure if this is food or not.
Hopefully they become friends.
Okay, since Brynn is going to be leading the pack, we're going to have him do the perception roll as you guys travel along the road. So whenever Ryan is ready,
Survival check.
perception check.
Perception. Too many windows open here. So I've been furiously trying to find a way to fix this webcam, and so far the result is it's in the trash next to me. So
Making good progress, I see.
yeah. Where am I here? Perception. Ha!
Nice.
Oh wait. What's a disadvantage when I'm exhausted?
Oh, ability checks. Good check. Good point. So making that a
Ooh.
disadvantage.
Ooh,
Oh
just
man.
Nice. Okay. All right. So while you guys are going along the road, you don't notice any. You don't notice any threats or anything unusual as you're going through. However, the road does get very narrow at some point as the trees from the shivering forest on one side seem to tower over you, and on the other side, the drowned woods seems to have the vitality of all the plants kind of drifted, like being sapped away the deeper you go into the woods. And after a long day of kind of a dreary, drudgering trek through this forest path, you guys make camp for the night. So now I need to know who's going to be taking watch.
My owl will stay, and I'll tell it to keep watch.
I'll take one of the watches and have a trance for the other.
Yeah, I can do the same.
Okay. So who's going to take the first watch?
I'm feeling rather exhausted, as the case may be, so I might.
I can
trade
take the first one.
No, Ryan.
first watch.
Ryan, you're not going to get the benefits of that long rest before the morning, so it's not going to make a difference between your point of exhaustion or not. Just
Why wouldn't I get?
because your long rest is not just you sleeping for 4 hours. So your watch include the 8 watch. Sorry, the watch doesn't include your long rest. So at the end of the morning after the watch, you get your long rest, but you can't sleep for 4 hours now. Wake up and do the watch. You need to do 8 hours of long rest.
Well, wait, but
But
isn't he an elf?
But I'm an elf, so it's only
His elf-
4 hours of
yeah,
trance.
but elf is that's just a sleeping rule. Elves don't sleep for 8 hours. They rest. They sleep they trance for 4 hours. But a long rest is still 8 hours. You don't have a 4-hour long rest. You have an 8-hour long rest, and you just sleep for less of it. Just like during a long rest is considered where a wizard is looking over his spell book and memorizing it, and a priest is memorizing his spells or praying for spells during that 8 hours. It's not just sleeping.
Well, I can take his watch.
Yeah, Tharhun will let me sleep off this killer hangover. That elven wine really got to me.
Okay. So whoever is going to go first, make a perception check.
Tharhun, did you want the first one, or do you want me to take the first one?
I'll take the first watch.
Very well.
Perception check coming right up. Here we go. Did it work? No. Oh!
There you
That
go.
was like ridiculously lagged, but okay.
Alright, so Tharhun, as you stand watch over the camp at night, your helmet giving you the gift of dark vision, you can see pretty well in the 60 feet surrounding you. But all night, just beyond the edge of your vision, you do get the sense that, not like a very strong sense that there are shadowy figures, but the kind of paranoia kind of occurs to you as you're looking into the pitch dark. Nothing that you can really trust, but you still can't shake the feeling that there's something out there.
Can my owl also make a check?
Your owl can make a check. You don't have a telepathic link to this for this owl though, so go ahead.
So I get advantage on this as well. Nah, nothing better.
Yeah, your owl obeys you and just stays nearby, perched, watching over, but it doesn't seem to detect any real threats either. Otherwise, your watch goes uneventful, Tharhun.
Okay.
Is it time for the second watch then?
That's right.
Perception?
Yes, please.
Not great.
Not great. Okay. So you have a very similar feeling. Your eyes are much more adjusted to the light, and even you still feel like you can't tell if the shadowy figures moving in the distance are real or if it's just your eyes playing trick on you.
Can Bims do like a flyby where I believe the shadowy figures are?
Sure. Throughout the night, you would repeatedly send Bims out and take a look at the shadowy figures, and each time he finds nothing. And yet, even though Bims is now looking around and you investigating, you still can't shake the feeling that something is hiding, something that is nearby. It's like the feeling when you're walking through a pitch dark room, right? And you know logically there's no person in the room, but you still can't help but see a silhouette there sometimes out of the corner of your eyes.
Very unsettling.
However, as so morning starts to approach, and just the cracks of light are starting to trace against the night. And I'll have everyone roll a d20.
To roll a straight d20.
Roll a straight d20, please.
There we go.
D2.
Oh, Kevin. I got so excited when I saw the one. So, Tharhun, as you sleep that night, you have these kind of restless nightmares of a shivering cold place, and in it are dark figures that loom over you and seem to whisper dark things in your ears that don't make any sense to you, as if perhaps they know more about you than even you know about yourself. But at the end of the night, you wake up and it was all just a dream.
We used to read What Up magazine.
Kelnozz, as you finish your watch at the end of the night, and as light starts cracking over the night sky, you notice that standing in the brush outside of the forest, you can see the shape of a person standing.
How far away?
About 30 feet away.
I telepathically order Bims to do a ocular search. Ocular pat down.
Okay.
What does he see?
Well, I'd like you to make a perception check first, please.
Okay. Oh yeah.
Okay. So you can see, even in the morning light, from this distance, that this man standing has this vacant and glazed look over his face, and there are chunks of skin that seem to be hanging and missing from it. And as you look closer, you can see that there are more people shuffling through the forest brush towards your camp.
Bunches of fucking zombos.
Roll initiative,
Damn it.
everyone.
So I would have only seen them from that short distance away?
Yeah.
So this is dawn now.
Yeah, it's pretty close. It's basically done, yeah.
Okay.
Like, you guys will all wake up from your rest now, fully rested and ready for this fight.
I'll be sure to
What is
alert
this,
everyone. Zombos!
Goddamn zombos.
Just like they said in the bar.
Nope. I was collecting my dude.
Fucking zombo.
I rolled good.
All right. So I'm just drawing kind of the broad road here that you guys would have been making your camp with.
How many can we see?
Just one second. Okay. So this is the one you can see, and as you dart around with that pretty good perception roll, you can see there's about 8 standing on between the two sides of the road.
Everyone wake up! Brace yourselves for combat! Ready the fireballs.
Okay, I just have to roll initiative for them now. Here we go. Perfect.
Solid 2.
Okay. So there is going to be a surprise round here, which Kelnozz you're going to participate in. Everyone else is kind of waking up, rushing to battle.
So I can start then?
Yes. I just need to make sure that's right. I have some extra ones here.
Don't do it.
Brynn is 19, not 20. Yeah. 16. Okay, sorry. Yeah, go ahead.
You ready?
Yep.
Okay, so I'm going to center my spell on this guy right here. Oops, you can't see that. I'm centering my spell on this dude. So I'm going to do Hypnotic Pattern, which will lock them down in a 30-foot cube centered around him.
Okay.
And each creature must make a wisdom saving throw. Hopefully zombies aren't super wise.
Right. So, sorry, can you just show me which ones are affected again?
It's all of them because I put this 30-foot
Okay.
on this dude.
So going from top down. Fail. Double fail. Oh my god.
Ugh.
What am I doing?
Oh, man.
Rough rolls.
Alright. I hope that's all the bad rolls. Okay.
So they are effectively charmed in place. They can't move or perform attacks. But if they take damage, the spell will end. So it gives us the time to like get our shit together.
Nice.
Nice.
Okay, they all stop in their tracks and their already blank gaze turns away from you and just seems to be staring out into nothing as they become charmed.
I'm pointing over at them and I say, Tharhun, does your god favor us today?
Of course, Kelnozz. He favors us every day.
It's a good day for battle. I'm actually going to not use my movement. I think I'm just going to chill. Yep, that's the end of my turn. Actually, you know what? I'm going to say that was a bonus action to inspire Tharhun. Little bardic inspiration. Maraganor guides your hand. Strike true!
Alright, so the zombies over here are going to...
Is there an on your turn order thing?
Tharhun?
Oh,
I have it
Yeah.
listed, but I might have deleted the wrong one, in which case he might be only visible to me.
Okay.
But I do have him here as 16.
yeah.
Okay, so these guys are going to take their 1, 5, 10, 20, and let's see. I'll have to do this. This one will have to do a dash at least. 5, 10, 15.
Oh, there's more? Oh, fuck.
25,
Should have known it was a zombie.
30,
Yeah.
35, 40. 1, 2,
Get out of town.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
How many fireballs do you have? Yuck.
All of them.
2,
Good, because we're gonna need them.
5, 6, 7, 8.
Ugh. Brynn, we're being overrun.
Gotta go.
What's the DC on your spells there, Kevin?
It's up to 15 now.
Not you, sorry. Kelnozz.
Spell DC is 15. Why do you ask?
Never mind. Fucking rolling so badly today. Alright, so that is the end of their turn. Now it is the top of the round again, non-surprise round, so Kelnozz, you're up again.
Cool. I'm going to charge forward at this guy right here. Hey, Brynn.
Yes.
Do you want to see something cool?
There's a lot of zombos here, so certainly something cooler than undead creatures attacking us.
I use a bonus action to turn my fire sword on.
Very nice.
And I guess I'll just do normal attack. I don't know if we have time to be too fancy. I hope that's a hit.
22 is certainly hit.
8 piercing plus. We'll take the first one. 4 fire.
Okay, and this was against which one, sorry?
This guy down here.
Okay, 12 fire, 12 damage
And I
total.
use my holy shit extra attack
19.
to attack a second time.
That's a hit.
8 slashing plus. Whoops.
24 fire.
8 fire. So 16 total. Plus the 12, so 28.
Sorry, this is 16 damage though, right?
Yeah, the second hit was 16. And the first hit was 12.
Too shabby.
Take that. Fucking zombos.
Okay, that zombie crumbles after your 2 slashes.
Yeah.
Leave it lacerated and sliced up.
Brynn, they're not that tough.
Aha!
Maybe even you can kill one.
Maybe.
Well, Brynn is
Not likely, though. How can you kill what's already dead?
Touche.
I'm up?
Mm-hmm.
You are up.
Unless Kelnozz wants to move.
No.
Alright.
I'm going to say, Kelnozz, watch this! And I step backwards, invoking 2 attacks of opportunity.
You're crazy, Brynn.
Alright, they're going to go ahead and take them at disadvantage.
At disadvantage.
Are you still drunk, Brynn?
16 hit.
I desperately hope not. Nope, 18 AC.
Alright, so one gets a little close, but doesn't hit you.
And I'm going to use my bow, of course. And I'll fire at this one here. With a bow staffing him, or bowing him. Oh my god!
Ooh.
Oh, double one.
Double.
One.
I'm watching, Brynn.
Well,
A 10
you
a
can
10
see
hits.
I really didn't have my bow strung the proper way.
Ryan,
Give me a here.
a 10 hits.
A 10 hits? Okay. So that'll be my Hordebreaker one on the second one then. Because I accidentally clicked it twice because it didn't load fast enough. So
Oh.
Double ones was the first one. So this one got hit with the Hordebreaker attack for 10. And got a 12 piercing damage.
Alright.
And then, of course, the holy shit extra attack. To have your guys' faces on the screen, I have to have my character sheet in a different window, and it's not working for me, right? And so I attack again with a 10.
10's a hit.
10's a hit. On the first one again for 7 piercing damage. Would these count as humanoid?
No.
No.
No, they're undead. Alright. This one is also
that?
dead.
A little fumble, but got one anyways.
Pulled it together there.
Alright, your 2 arrows find purchase on the zombie and it crumbles to the ground. Unless you want to use the rest of your movement, it's Eikooc turn.
Yeah, I'll stay where I am.
All right. I am going to use a touch attack against this one.
Ooh.
Feeling up the zombie.
Reaching out and touching something. Okay. Ooh, 17 is gonna hit.
The power of...
RNG.
Now, that's not a cantrip, is it?
It is.
Oh, you did roll 2 dice.
Yeah, I rolled 2 dice, 2d8.
You rolled a 1
got
and a 2.
3.
All right.
Could have been 16.
The zombies flesh sizzles under your skin. Just a little.
Yeah. There's a better roll. Just wanted to see one. I say, Tharhun, help. That's me.
Okay, then Tharhun is up.
Okay. I sweep in right here and take a great swing at this zombie.
Slice him up.
Okay, go ahead and roll your damage on that.
I'll re-roll it too.
And I'm sorry, which zombie was this that you're slashing?
The one in front of, nope, still a 2, so it's 11 damage. It's this one right here, the one next to Eikooc.
Okay. Alright, so 11 slashing damage as you tear through the zombie. He
Okay.
seems quite hurt, but still animated.
I try again.
17 to hit. Okay.
Oh, add 5 damage to that, so 15 damage.
Was that inspiration?
No, that
I
was
mean,
just me.
I have that inspiration for you. Don't forget.
Okay.
Oh, I have that? Okay.
You deal a wicked blow to this zombie and it reels backwards. And then after a second, despite the fact that its body seems to be barely holding itself together, it seems to stagger and find ground and continues its assault.
Damn.
Those little bastards.
Well then, that's my 2 attacks. I hope you got one of those sparks ready, Yuck. This guy needs a little more help.
Sorry, misclick.
That's much better.
Alright, so the zombies are going to take their turn now. The zombie that is going to reel backwards from Tharhun's attack and try and reach out and slam Eikooc for 15.
I believe that is a miss. Sorry, I have to double check.
Okay, if it does hit you, then take 4 bludgeoning damage.
Yeah, it's a hit.
Okay. Let's see. This zombie's going to shuffle forward and try to attack Kelnozz. Okay, so take 4 bludgeoning damage and take a concentration check, please.
Okay.
It's a Constitution saving throw.
Yes.
Ooh.
Oh, I'm immune.
Very nice. Okay. You guys can see through the brush more zombies are shuffling through.
Oh, that's fucking.
Alright. And you also notice that these zombies that had been charmed by your spell they all seem to shiver and kind of snap to attention all at once, and they seem like they're no longer under your spell.
Uh-oh.
Friends, the dead are once again animated. We're surrounded from all sides.
2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3. All right, Eikooc, down in the southern side of the road here, you see there is one creature who is pale white skin and deep black sockets for eyes that you can't see from too far away. But you can tell this creature is armored and is carrying a bow. He looks like he's hidden in the brush. And as far as you can tell, your other teammates haven't seen him yet.
Okay.
He's got a bow leveled for Brynn here. So, Brynn, what's your AC, please?
18.
Yeah.
+3. Just because.
It was worth a shot.
It's always worth a shot.
Okay, take 6 piercing damage as one arrow seems to fly through the air and catches you unaware. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2.
Let's see, Kevin pouring some wine.
Hell yeah.
Kevin's
I
got
keep forgetting.
peanuts in the background. Bob's got a perfect spot to hang a whole bunch of pictures that he already owned for years.
I guess this is a fine place to put them. I never thought about that. It's kind of out of the way here. It would be like no one would ever see them, right? Because
Well, on the floor in the corner is a perfect place for no one to ever see them.
yeah,
Where they've been sitting for what, 5 years?
you've seen them though, haven't you?
I barely remember what they look like.
Perhaps they're more remarkable. You mention
They're
them every
so
time.
memorable that you remember them. Yeah, so
That's a good point.
played yourself. All right, that is their turn. So Kelnozz, it's your turn.
Okay, I'm gonna charge. I'm gonna be very heroic here.
The flaming bead slash.
Yeah, I'm gonna charge at this dude who shot an arrow at my friend. But I think I'm going to have to take an attack of opportunity from this guy.
And just make sure you have enough movement to get there, because you're measuring diagonally here. So
Yeah, true.
I mean, you can definitely get there, but you might have to dash to do it.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do that. Instead, I'll charge at this guy. I'll point menacingly at the guy with the bow. I'll do this. I'll be like, "I'm coming for you," but I'll stop and fight this zombo on the way.
Go ahead.
So with my flaming scimitars, I attack in a normal way that doesn't give me disadvantage like usual.
An 18 is a mighty hit.
9 slashing plus 10 fire damage.
Okay,
Then
he's barely on his feet.
okay. Oh, then I fail miserably.
Oh, your second attack
Ah,
manages to flail wildly.
justice. I curse under my breath. Then using a bonus action, I give Brynn Bardic Inspiration. Go, brother. That's the end of my turn. Don't forget to use it.
Bardic Inspiration.
It's a D8 right now. It becomes a D10 at level 10, I think. Yeah, it's only D8 right now. It's the end of my turn.
Yep. Ryan, when you're ready.
Ah, these zombos.
Bunch of fucking zombos.
Deadly. Is the one in front of me injured at all, or is it he's fully good to go?
He doesn't seem to have any fresh wounds on him,
Hmm.
but it's tough to say. He's definitely not looking.
Just
healthy.
zombo wounds.
Okay, I'm going to take a step away from him and try and. I'm actually going to go here to kind of defend Eikooc rear a little bit here. So attack of opportunity from Zombo number 1.
17, so miss.
Miss. And this one down here's the one that fired an arrow.
That's
This
right.
guy.
This one is make a nature check.
Advantage or disadvantage? That should have just been normal. So 12.
Well, you're not a specialist in undead, but you're fairly certain by looking at him that he's not a zombie. But what he is a little outside of your particular knowledge.
But it's not what? It cut out exactly.
Sorry, he's not. You can tell he's not a zombie. He seems to be much more intelligent and intentional than the zombies.
Well, I will fire an arrow at that fellow with my bow.
Go ahead.
Prior to that, however, I'm going to cast Hunter's Mark on him
Smart.
to do a little extra damage. And then I'm going to fire my bow. 25
That certainly hits.
for 7 plus 1, so 8. He's not within 5 feet of anyone, so I can't use the Horde Breaker. So I'll just use my second attack to fire my bow again. Oh,
Nice.
baby.
Critical hit.
So for 14 plus
6.
another
Nah.
1. Come on, why is it all 1?
So let's see.
28.
15 points.
15 plus 8, so 23 total.
All right. Both arrows manage to hit this creature, and the second one catches in. You can see black ichor kind of squirt out of the wound of your second attack. Anything else before we go to Eikooc?
Nope, that's it for me.
Okay. Yep,
Chain lightning. I'm gonna drop a fireball and hit all of these zombies over here.
Yes.
Not that one.
Okay.
All these guys.
Go ahead and roll initiative. Not initiative. Roll your damage, rather.
And I am gonna cast it as a level. Probably just leave it as level 3. 34 fire. That was a really good roll. Look at all those 6s.
I'm not going to.
Oh my god, 4 6s?
4
All right.
6s, 1 1 1, then a 5 and 2 2s. Like, that's
Oh god. Okay.
phenomenal.
Your average damage is 24, right?
Yeah. It's
So that's like
86.
50% more,
Yeah,
well,
I'm
almost than average. Whew.
super happy with that roll.
That's some standard deviations of some number.
All right. After the fire clears, there's 4 less undead standing there, right? Everyone that you, or 5,
Oh.
I guess.
Yeah, that one too.
Crispy
Yeah.
zombies.
Nice.
Jesus.
Man, Fireball is so OP. It's amazing. It like makes up for the first couple levels of being a caster where you do nothing.
Yeah.
And then
Unless
it
you're a
just becomes
slumbermancer.
overpowered.
Unless you're a
True.
slumbermancer.
That's true.
All right.
try to-
Anything else, Yuck?
Keep them toasty.
No, I think that's it.
All right.
Enough
Tharhun.
murder for one turn.
Okay, I'm gonna call. Luna's gonna move here, and then on my phase, I'm gonna mount onto Luna, and using half my movement, and then attack. I'll attack this zombie that's in front of Keln or Eikooc again. But because now I'm mounted, I gain advantage on attack on the dudes on foot. So I will do.
Creatures smaller than the mount.
Yeah, so like unmounted
Well, your mount is medium.
zombies.
I don't think that's how it works, personally.
Wow. I think it's just saying that it doesn't work on like a giant troll because, like, he's not on the ground.
It makes sense that being mounted would be advantageous over like people.
Yeah, like people who run around on the ground who aren't mounted, I can murder them.
We'll
But
allow
then
it
again-
tonight.
Then
I'll
again,
look
these
it up
zombies
later.
have like were hit on a 10, so advantage isn't going to help you that much.
Well, whatever.
I
just
have a
wanna be
feeling
able to
that
do
this feat doesn't let you have advantage on every single creature that's not mounted. That
Well, we'll
seems
see
a little overblown.
if I
to
need
me.
it.
Let's see if I can find some.
Well, whatever. I mean, I'm not gonna
yeah.
kill like 4 zombies here. Like, don't worry.
Sure. Yeah. Advantage
If I
doesn't make
kill
that
one
much of a
zombie.
difference in this case, because the DC is less than 10. So
All
that's
right,
the one in
for-
front of Eikooc there.
Yeah,
Okay.
murder this zombie.
Wait, so I see something here that says the mount has to be one size larger than the rider. So unless you're a halfling, your mount should be large. Does that make sense?
What? I'm too fat? Is that what you're saying? Oh god.
Like,
Scott.
does your mount? No.
That's a
Does
good
your
point.
mount
I could be wrong that it's a medium creature.
count
to
as
begin with.
large?
I could be wrong about that because it's a warhorse,
Oh.
right?
Okay, so I killed that zombo. Then I'm gonna like swing my greatsword around as a bonus action.
Okay, go ahead.
And attack this one that's beside me there.
Oh yeah, warhorse is large. There you go.
Okay.
I might make
That's good. That makes more sense to me.
I might make a like super powered attack here because I want these things to be dead. So it'll be -5, but it'll be +10 damage. What's going on
Alright.
here?
Apparently, the rule is the mount has to be a size larger.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, so what's the damage on this 25 hit?
It's HJ, GHJ, GHGH.
There's something like stuck here. I'm gonna roll the one again.
What? Ryan, what are you talking about?
If you look in the chat box, Scott just mashed the keyboard for some
There's something stuck on the screen. This box won't go away. Get out of here, box. Alright, +4, so that's 15 plus 10 is 25 damage.
Good old HJGHJ.
Leaving him in twine.
Yeah, I gotta cleave him.
You do cleave him. You eviscerate him.
Sick.
I'm not even gonna roll its check there because it can't make it. So
You're too murderous.
you literally eviscerate, so there's not enough to stand up and walk away, even if it wasn't, even if it did regenerate.
Alrighty. That's it for me then.
Well, you just murdered the shit out of him?
You have an extra attack, don't you? Or no? Don't. Sorry, I don't know. Do you have 2 attacks normally?
Oh yeah, for sure. But I can't reach anything else.
That's true. But you can move and attack.
Well, I don't want to move off the horse.
Oh yes, yes, yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Where did that Luna token go?
I'm sitting on her. She's right underneath me.
All right, that's replaced in the initiative. Now we have settled that.
Much better. Is there room for 2 on that, Tharhun?
All 4 of us.
Oh God! What is this?
4 squares there.
All right, so it was Tharhun's turn, and now it is going to be. The zombies have all been messed up in this. Okay, so now, sorry, you can take Luna's turn.
No, she already moved over to me
Okay.
during my turn. So
All right, zombies' turn then.
Fucking Zombo.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Just gonna get these out of the way. All right. You do see a couple more zombies shuffle out of the trees.
More Zombos.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Oh, there's another one of the ranged ones?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3,
So many zombies.
6.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Oh, they're turning into day after tomorrow zombies.
Well,
no.
they're taking the dash.
28 day later zombies.
Speed
Fast
zombies?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 4, 5, 6, 7.
All right, guys, I can get them all in one blast.
God bless you.
Oh
The
man,
horse is huge.
it is huge.
All right. So most of them took a dash action as they shuffled towards you, heedless of the obvious danger to them. And out of the edge of the forest here, 2 arrows come streaking towards Eikooc. The first one
My life.
hit
Captain!
him for 6 piercing damage.
Oh!
16 was that a hit? I believe it was.
So another 6.
another 6 piercing damage.
Oh, like
Captain, watch out!
a lot of my life force.
Alright, now Brynn's up.
Don't forget you have sweet bardic inspiration.
Dang, but I'm pre-fireball.
That's true.
You can delay your turn until after Eikooc if you want.
Could I?
Yep, it just moves you permanently within the initiative order.
Yeah, I'll do that. I'll just go. It doesn't move me to the bottom, right? Like I
Nope.
don't lose my turn.
It moves you to where you wait until.
Okay, I'll let Eikooc go in front of me then.
The old cleanup strategy.
Clean them up. Run the cleanup crew.
Alright, so it's my turn?
Yep.
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 Okay, so I'm going to do a fireball. I'm going to hit all the zombies except for this guy over... How do I do this thing again?
This one?
No,
Oh.
this one here. I won't end up hitting him, but all the rest I'll hit.
Alright, go ahead and roll your damage.
Here we go. So we're going to do this. I'm going to do it as a level 4, just to make extra certain.
And what's the center again, sorry?
Center is basically Tharhun, I guess.
Okay.
Alright, so that
Well, you don't hit
is-
this guy either, right?
No, I don't hit the big
Well,
guy.
here's a fun thing we can do. Just 1 second.
So it ends up being 31
It's
damage.
a 20-foot cube, right?
20-foot sphere, I think.
Well, yes, sorry.
Yeah, 20-foot sphere.
That's not. Let's see.
So
10, 20.
Yep, that makes sense.
Yep. $20-foot radius sphere.
20-foot radius, right? So it's more like.
It's out to these guys here, and these guys here, and these guys here.
So it's 40 feet.
It's 40 feet diameter.
10, 20, 30, 40, 10, 20, 30, that's 35. So there we go. So you.
It hits out to these guys, right? Like,
There, Kev, you should be able to move it now.
a lot of white space in this image, but that's fine.
Well, anything that's in the square I'll get, so.
Yeah.
Alright, that makes it nice and easy.
It's the square actually doesn't work properly
Why not?
because it doesn't measure radius properly.
Well, it's a 40-foot cube,
1,
right?
2, 3, 4.
No,
5,
it's a
6.
40.
It's
It's a
30
20-foot radius.
20-foot radius is the same thing as a 40-foot.
A cube is a
No.
different shape than a sphere.
Okay, yeah, I get what you mean.
Thanks, Professor Ryan.
One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
So it's
Well, then I guess if you want to consider it, then maybe this guy up here is like cut off by a corner then. But it catches everyone else in that little area that you got.
no,
Right?
he's in it. That guy's in the 20-foot. See, like if I just measure from Tharhun to him, 20 feet.
Okay, well, whatever. Let's just start rolling the dice. Oh boy. What's the total damage? 30 something?
31.
Okay. starting with this guy up here. If they fail, they die. And now this guy to his bottom. Now this guy. This guy next to Tharhun. This guy next to Kelnozz. Guy to next to him. Jesus Christ, man.
Fireball.
And I got all these three around Brynn. Starting with the top one. Then to the right. Oh, there you
Ooh.
go. So 31 was it, so it takes 15 damage. And then the last one. Okay, and then this one next to Kelnozz, I guess I missed.
Oof. -1?
And this guy up here. Top.
This top one up here.
Yep.
Those are really rough.
You'd think that I would have passed more just by accident, but just by
like statistically.
yeah.
Statistically, you probably should have got like 1 or 2 more, yeah.
All right. Well, fireball clears most of the area here. There's one zombie that is well charred now, still facing Brynn. Another one's
Brynn.
a few feet away.
Thanks for delaying your turn. Take care of that one zombie I left for you.
Clean them up.
Or the, scary one that's hanging out over there.
Yeah, I'm aiming for the scary one, I think.
Okay, go ahead.
So I'm going to aim my bow at this one. And loose an arrow.
That's loose.
With a 12.
A 12. Your arrow goes wide.
Oh! Can I use Bard? It's probably too late to use Bardic Inspiration.
I'll allow it if you want.
Yeah, I think you can.
Okay. And it's a D8?
Yes.
18.
All right, you hit.
7 piercing damage.
Okay.
And then hit him with the second attack with a 14.
A 14 is a hit.
Nice.
For another 8. So a total of 15 piercing damage.
Nice.
Nice. Yeah.
All right, your arrows hit this creature as it seems to, with cold and dark calculating eyes, look over the battlefield with growing concern. Anything else before the end of your turn?
No, that's it. I'll continue to defend Eikooc and Scott's massive horse.
You're up, Tharhun.
Okay.
Biggest horse I've ever seen.
Gallop.
Probably gonna
It's a
gallop over
warhorse.
here.
Isn't it like a magical warhorse?
You can't do
Yeah.
that, Tharhun. It's not Luna's turn to move.
Oh, well, I'll go after Luna here. She goes on my initiative step. I'll
Oh,
go
yes,
after her.
yes. Okay, I forgot about that.
And then once she moves over there, I'll attack this guy. It's going to be a regular attack. And he will be hopefully injured by this.
Okay, 20 hits.
Okay. I'll see if I can reroll. Oh, yeah. We're going to roll that one. Oh, a 6.
The best possible outcome.
Nice.
So that's basically +5. So it'll be 16. And then I will also call upon the power of Divine Smite, which is
Oh yeah.
3d8 against undead.
Oh man, why did I even waste arrows with this one?
I don't know. There's another 15. So 16 plus 15.
All right, as your greatsword slashes through this creature, a crack of copper lightning arcs out and lands straight into this creature's chest. And even though your wound didn't seem like it was quite enough to defeat it, the arc of lightning has drained all the vitality out of it,
Yeah.
and it falls down.
For Moraganor!
I rear up on the horse, and like the horse neighs, and I raise my greatsword in victory.
Damn. I
pretty
salute
epic
you
looking.
with my flaming sword as well.
All right.
And as that happens, the remaining 2 zombies fall to the ground.
Oh,
Hmm.
being controlled.
Interesting.
I didn't have to cast that fireball after all.
Just this one guy would have been enough.
Should have known.
All right. After a few moments, it seems that peace is returned to the roadside,
Wow, there's a lot of zombies.
despite the dozens of corpses around.
Can we loot them?
No, they're zombies. That's gross. We should
Maybe
burn
they have
them.
gold.
You can make an investigation check.
I'm not very good.
You find nothing of value on the zombies. What little personal possessions they have are all rotted, and in most cases, you can see that they've experienced extreme cold.
Gross.
Can I investigate the the 2 bigger ones?
Sure. How would you like to investigate them?
I would like to rifle through their possessions. And
Yeah, we
Hi.
did video. Oh. Kevin says hi because you can see slivers of you.
Hey, cat, we can see you. I tried to get Shelby down here, but she refused.
Okay.
I think, yeah, just rifling through what they have on them, that kind of stuff.
Okay, so they both seem to have long swords and long bows. And one of them is wearing normal studded leather. The other one is wearing studded leather that has much more ornate look to it. It has the studs themselves are spikes, and there are like skull pauldrons. You definitely think that this one looks unusually and probably magical.
I will. Well, I'll ask the group. Does anybody want some really nice studded leather, possibly magical studded leather?
Possibly cursed.
Possibly cursed.
Possibly cursed.
I've got. What do I have?
I wear studded leather, but I would like to have quality assurance that this is not cursed.
How do I
Right.
see
I-
what
I
armor
can-
I'm wearing?
I'll do.
Well, I'm wearing something.
Oh, I have a chain shirt. I have a chain shirt +1.
Ryan, you're a studded leather guy.
No, I've got mithril scale mail.
Oh, that's pretty
Yeah.
good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that sounds amazing.
I'm still going to take it, and I'd like to identify it, I guess. But I don't know. How long does that take? 5
Like
minutes?
10 minutes.
10 minutes? All right. Well, while we're pulling ourselves back together after the battle, I'll identify this shirt.
This suit of studded leather seems to be enchanted against any kind of attack, so it has essentially just a +1 studded leather.
Okay. I will put that in my bag of holding. Actually, since I have space, I might as well put random stuff in there as well.
Why have I been carrying all this stuff when I could have just shoved it in this infinite bag of holding?
Okay. And you don't find any gold on them.
Bunch of cheapskates.
Yeah. Couldn't they have like killed and robbed other wealthier people?
They could have.
Hmm.
Worthless zombies.
Gonna
These
go
corpses have
spend
already
it down
been.
at the zombie market.
You're just expecting a free ride.
Should have taken it easy. Okay, so after you guys come down from the battle there, day breaks, and you guys have the day ahead of you here.
Do their bodies like burn up dramatically with when the light touches them?
It doesn't, but that doesn't stop you from singing a song otherwise.
Hell yeah.
All right.
I'll sing a song about all the zombies that we slayed.
All right, I guess let's continue on. We should hit Garden Hills this morning.
Very well, Captain. We should try to be more alert about getting ambushed by those zombies.
Yeah, who was on watch?
Well, let's not point any fingers, but we'll definitely do a better job next time.
It was a team effort.
I chastise Bims. Come on, dude. Pull it together. You don't have to be slightly jealous of that owl. You can still be a very useful scout.
Yeah, the
I
owl's
send
gone.
him-
The owl's
No.
gone now.
I'll send Bims up ahead to scout the rest of the road.
Okay. Can you have Bims do a perception check?
Yep. 17.
More zombies.
So many zombies surround you now. The coast seems to be clear, although Bims can't see very deeply into the shivering forest. The trees there are too dark and too close for him to see much below. However, as you guys make your way towards Garden Hills, the rest of the journey, you do feel pretty secure and unthreatened. And you get there about halfway through the morning. And as you get there, the forest seems to thin out, especially as you go more north, and the land is becomes more hilly with sparser vegetation on the hills. And as you get closer to Garden Hills, you see more and more farms in the area around, and you can see further over the horizon. And in the distance, you can see Garden Hills, a small wooden community with a few stone buildings, and then just hills surrounding it, spotted with different colors depending on what the different crops are. And as you guys head into Garden Hills, you see it's just a very very kind of small community. It's around kind of the same size as Saltmarsh, smaller than Seaton.
Let us continue on.
What is your plan now that you've arrived in Garden Hills?
Well, Grisham told us to start by looking at the tavern for his friend Anexi. So I think Kelnozz and Brynn would probably not disagree to go start at looking at the tavern.
It's always a wise place to start, Captain.
12 o'clock somewhere.
It's good to take the edge off.
Okay.
To the tavern.
So you guys spend some time looking around and find a tavern called the Shady Grove Inn. And when you get there, most people there seem to be farmers. As you get closer and more into town, you see that the town seems to be mostly built around a large stone temple with a bronze dome on it. And throughout the fields, you can see there are priests of the Great Binding, mostly wearing bronze chains that are out and kind of helping with the farmers. And you can see that there's a few of them intermixed with the farmers and the different merchants in the tavern right now.
So remind us, what do we know about the bound and unbound and the Great Binding and this stuff?
The Great Binding is like the major religion of the Council Lands, right? And it's like a collection of it's like a pantheon of gods, including Cormac Fairhand and Lorandra and Balbriggan and a few others, and Hearthmaid and a few others that you guys have had some experience with. The bound is what, or rather, Kiara told you guys that the Fairhands and Seaton are calling any non-humans the Unbound. The idea being that this is the Great Binding is like the human religion.
Okay.
So as you guys enter, go ahead.
I was just going to say, does the temple like that we see, does it look like it's a temple for one specific bound god or just for all of them?
Make a religion check.
I know nothing. Oh, I know everything.
Nice. Okay, so you know that generally speaking, most Great Binding temples are basically devoted to all the gods, but that's a more recent, relatively recent development. Whereas in centuries past, it would have been more individual, right? And you can tell some of these temples were started off as towards individuals and were then many of them been retrofitted to be for everything. So for example, in Saltmarsh there was a temple to Lorandra, which was kind of made, it had a tin roof and it was clearly designed for Lorandra, but would have been the Great Binding Church for the whole town. This one similarly, officially there's officially it's just a Great Binding Temple, but through your knowledge of the religion of the humans, you can tell that through the bronze furnishings and some of the other design details that it would be devoted to Balbriggan, who is the god of travel and agriculture. And is probably like he's like the father god of all the human gods, basically.
Bunch of Unitarians.
And as you guys enter into the tavern, you see the tavern keep call over to you and say, "Our newcomers, what'll it be?"
Well, local ale.
No more of that elven wine.
Please.
Didn't agree with me at our last stop.
He puts down a mug and pours some ale, and it says, Jace Truhun's the name.
Say that again.
Jace Truhun. What brings you to my bar?
Well, we are simple turnip farmers,
Beet farmers.
beet farmers.
Farming those beets.
We are just in the area, staking out new farming grounds, looking for the most fertile soil for our beets.
He seems to be looking at you, Kelnozz, and not really listening as he takes a closer look. He says, now wait a minute. Is that black skin I see?
No, I've been toiling in the fields. I am soiled from head to toe.
You're not
in
one of those
dirt.
dark elves we've been hearing about.
No, of course not. I'm a simple farmer, in use of a bath. Not unlike most people here. Am I right? Ha ha ha.
Make a deception check.
Prepare to get kicked out of this bar, gentlemen.
So much prejudice in this low railroad.
Hey, that's not bad.
He says, you should make sure to spend some time outside of the sun. It's terrible for your skin. All the same, that's better. Been hearing tales of dark elves just south of Matasco causing trouble.
Dark elves, I spit on the ground. Ah, curses to them and their foul god Loth. I mean, whatever they call it. Tell me, how long have you lived in these parts?
Oh, I've lived in these parts my whole life. I inherited this tavern from me pappy.
Is this town accepting of elven folk?
He frowns and says, well, that depends how much trouble you're looking for. We're a law-abiding town, of course. There's plenty of elven folk here make their daily bread and are friends, but we do follow the council, and if you're asking if elves here have property, then unfortunately the answer is no. You're not here to cause trouble, are you?
Absolutely
of course
not.
We were just looking for a stiff drink and some pleasant conversation. Looks like we found the right place.
That's good. We've had enough trouble around these parts, especially with ruffian travelers.
Oh, you don't say.
I do say.
Well, tell me more. What kind of ruffians? So we know who to avoid, because we don't want any trouble.
Well, rumor has it that bookish gnome fellow recently came into some trouble after a pair of magic users came in looking for him.
Crap.
They were asking lots of questions too.
Sounds like a bunch of trouble, if you ask me.
Well, they weren't people of the earth such as yourself, but they seem to have left town. Good riddance to them.
Did they take the bookish fellow with them?
Come to think of it, I haven't seen Anexi recently. I don't know. It's possible that they have. But I'm not sure.
Do you know where else he could be if he wasn't here?
Anexi is known to travel to Matasco sometimes, but I think he would have told us before he left. He just ran into this trouble just the other day. It's not unusual for him not to come into the tavern for a while. But now that you mention it, I can't help but wonder.
And these unearthly figures, which way did they leave the city?
I couldn't tell you for sure. All I heard is that they took the north road.
Hmm. Well, good riddance to them. Sounds like a bunch of unwanted hassle, if you ask me.
Say, now that you mention it, you think you could go check on Anexi and make sure he's alright?
Well, I suppose as a newcomer to the town, it might be a good way of making acquaintances with the townsfolk.
Alright. He lives just over yonder, and he gives you some directions to a cottage within the town.
Very well. We will we'll take a look. See how he's doing. It's a friend of yours, no doubt.
Well, he's a good customer. I'd hate to see him go.
Kelnozz focuses his attention to his drink.
Okay. Anything else you guys want to do before or in this tavern? Any other questions or stuff you want to get?
As we were traveling here, I heard whispers of a man they call the Grey Wolf. Have you heard of such a man?
He scratches his beard and says, Grey Wolf. Sounds like something I might have heard out of Matasco. Some kind of criminal of some sort?
Well, certainly hope not.
What's it to you?
Oh, it's just a name we heard on the road on the way here. We thought maybe he'd be a man of interest.
An interest for sure. A man for hire as far as I know.
Hmm.
Not the kind
Those
I
kind of men.
like to associate with.
Yes. Can't be trusted. Well, thank you for your time, Jazro. Is that right, Jazro?
Hold on, I gotta move my Discord thing. It's Jasor.
Massive typos.
A pleasure meeting you, Massive Typos.
This is my compatriot, Eikooc. He too is a beet farmer. We come from a long legacy of beet farmers.
We're brothers.
He's very strong and carries the plow around.
Well, he'll fit right in here, I guess. He doesn't seem very certain about that.
But he's being polite, so. Well, I'm gonna flip him an extra gold onto the bar table and say, "Well, thank you for your warm hospitality."
And many thanks. Make sure to come back, especially if you're looking for a place to stay tonight.
Perhaps we will.
Okay.
So I'm going to. Did everyone come in? Are we all in this bar?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're sitting at our table. So what do you guys think? Should we go check out the cottage north of town? Or over yonder, wherever he wrote it down?
You might have clues as to where they've taken Anexi, or where they've gone, I'm afraid we're probably tracking Je sais and Jamais.
I think you might be right. Tharhun, what do you know of the Mage Army?
Not much at all, actually. I've heard their leader is Dragonborn.
Interesting. We had quite the run-in with them earlier. They're a dangerous lot. Well, unless we have a better plan, we should check out that cottage.
Sounds good.
Okay. When you guys arrive at the cottage, you immediately know that danger has arrived first. The door hangs slightly crooked in the frame, swaying gently. What do you guys do?
We should try to stealth in there.
Okay.
Would I have seen like a town watch or some sort of like militia person as we walked in?
Make a perception check.
Okay.
You certainly would have seen one as you walked in. As you look around now, you do not see one immediately.
Okay, can I disguise myself as what I think the town watch looked like then?
Sure. Yep.
All right, guys, I'm going to go check it out.
Okay. Are you heading inside?
I will step into the cottage.
Were you going to stealth in, or are you going to go in normal?
I'm just going to walk in.
Okay.
The town watch is here. Any citizens must present themselves.
You scan around the room, and inside the cottage appears to be empty, but it's clearly been ransacked. Parchments and clothing litters the ground. Furniture has been turned over and battered. Seems to be nobody in this cottage.
Can I look for clues
Sure.
as to what might have happened here?
Make an investigation check.
Oof.
Okay, you search the room and you find an overturned desk. And as you're going through the desk, you find a secret compartment in it.
Ooh.
And inside you see a iron key and what looks like a rough map of the area leading to stony foothills near the foots of the Axes of the Sky, which are the two large mountains that are just north of Matasco. They're like nearby very large mountains. And you see that there's on the map is a marker near the foothills that looks like a tunnel. So this map leads to the tunnel.
I'm going to peek out of the cottage and sort of quietly alert everyone to come in, that it's safe to come in. And then I'll show them the iron key and then the map so everyone can see.
Thanks.
What do you make of this?
Everyone who walks in the door can please make a perception check. You can do this too if you want, Kelnozz.
Okay.
All right, Kelnozz, as you bring them in and start showing them all this, you can't help but notice that in the corner of the room you see the traces of what is you believe to be a hidden door.
Whoa. I will tap on the hidden door, trying to find a release or switch.
Well,
Go ahead.
sorry. I was just gonna say, while that's going on, can I cast detect magic and just kind of give the room?
Ooh.
Great idea. Yep. Okay.
Yeah.
So you cast detect magic, and the room is mostly barren of magic, but you do see through the cracks of this secret door the spell illuminating this door to you as well, and you believe that there is some form of magic that's behind that door. The door itself doesn't seem to be magic.
Okay, I let Kelnozz know there's something magical behind that door.
Behind the door. Like, it should be safe to open it, right?
The door itself isn't magical. I guarantee nothing, and stand back. I take a step back.
Hey, Brynn. This door appears to be locked. Perhaps you could use your skillful hands and open up this door.
I heard you and Iok whispering something and then pointed at me. Is it just that it needs the lock undone?
Well, we have a suspicion that there's some sort of magic behind it.
Oh. Wow. That's not my area of specialty. Is it locked? Have you jiggled the handle?
Well, I just assume it's locked. I can't say for sure.
Is there a way of me, like, trying to open the door without standing directly in front of it?
Not super effectively. Like you have to be in the door space to open it.
And so, yeah, what type of magic were you detecting? Just general...
Would you like to look at it to see if it's trapped?
Yeah, can I...
Oh, yeah.
Go ahead and make an investigation check, Brynn.
Well,
This appears to be a fairly plain secret door and does not seem to have a lock on it or seem to be trapped.
no.
Well,
Putting
Appears that was
obstacles in
mistaken.
our own way.
Seems like a regular door, fellows. And I open the door.
You die.
Spike pit.
Oh God, our nemesis.
Okay. You open the door and you find it's like a very small closet that is in there, and inside is a large
closet.
Yeah, is a large iron
Like
coffin, and it is kind of held up on these iron legs that stand inert in the closet here.
Inert iron leg, we say.
Is this thing itself glowing with magic?
It is.
Is the coffin's obviously closed?
Yes.
Well, this is certainly creepy.
I guess I will cast a ritual to identify it.
Okay. When your ritual is complete, you determine that this coffin, this object that you found, is magically enchanted to stay shut, and that the coffin itself seems like it can be animated, and that it could be made to move if you had the control talisman. There could be some object that's attuned to this that would give you the command powers over
it. What did you say about it being shut?
The thing has the ability to open and close,
Okay.
but it seems like it is magically enhanced to essentially stay closed.
I see.
and that it can also be made to be animated and move.
I see. So you need the control talisman to like open it up
Yeah, whatever that would be.
and move it. I express this to the group. There's some sort of object or something that controls this and allows you to open it and move it.
Could it have been a similar talisman to the one we found way back on the island?
Brynn, make an Arcana check. And anyone anyone can make an Arcana check in relation to this question. But Brynn knows the answer. So when he tells you about this, you're with what knowledge of magic you do know is that these kind of things could be anything, right? They could be it could be like a piece of jewelry. It's just an object that the person who created it would have created to go alongside this one. It could be anything.
So it's not like it has something that would fit the same talisman that we left with the elves to get to their island, right?
Well, you can make a closer investigation if you want about this thing.
I make a closer investigation.
Roll an investigation check, sorry.
Okay. Ooh.
You look all over for some kind of symbol or talisman or something on it, and you can't find anything but this somewhat plain keyhole.
It's a key. I can see a keyhole. Has to be a key.
Well, we have that iron key that we just found. Maybe that'll fit. I pass it to Brynn.
I was hoping you would try the iron key yourself
Oh, would you like me to?
on this creepy poppet.
Are you guys sure you're gonna do that?
What are you trying to say?
Nothing.
Do I have like a feeling to tell me to not do this?
Can't say what Kelnozz's character would do.
Do we know anything?
You've got a chest and a key, man.
I've got to open it.
It's not a chest.
But yeah, what kind of do we know anything with sort of object? Like is it a known? Oh, it's definitely a coffin.
It's a giant metal coffin on
Does it look like
big
treasure
metals,
might...
like legs.
Does it look like it might contain treasure?
It's tough to say.
Magical.
Might contain a vampire. What's this guy doing with the vampire in his closet?
That's the real question, Tharhun.
Yeah.
Can someone do like a religion check on it or something?
I can help you answer that question. You hear a voice muffled from inside the coffin. How well did you guys hear that with my hands over my hands?
Oh well.
Your microphone cuts out a lot, Bob. So
it does?
You cut out.
Oh, he says, I can help you answer that question.
What? Who goes there?
It is I, Santimir.
Centennier.
I am the creature in the coffin. I have so much knowledge of this area. Perhaps I can help you.
I sense. Hold on, let me see if this works. Let me see here. Okay, never mind. I do nothing yet.
Who? How long have you been in there?
Many hundreds of years. I
Are
have
you
suffered
trapped in there? Or you choose to be in there?
I would never choose to live in a prison such as this. I am trapped, the victim of a cruel fate. Where is the gnome?
We were wondering the same thing. He appears to have gone missing.
Ah, this is a terrible thing. I helped this gnome, but maybe now I can help you.
Do you know where he went?
I did hear some arguing yesterday. Voices asking about the laboratory that I was helping Anexi research. He had many questions, and Zentimir had many answers.
Did he keep you in this sarcophagus?
He did keep me. He said he would perhaps free me one day, but he never did.
Hmm.
Perhaps you will succeed where he failed me. If
Well, you could start by telling us everything you told him.
that would take many days, but I can do this if you promise that you will free me afterwards.
We will absolutely free you.
All right, make sure you get comfortable.
Maybe we get the Cole's Notes version.
What do you mean? What would you like to know?
We would like to know what Anaxi was looking for.
Anexi was looking for the lost laboratory of Gargon Sotirak, the great dwarven wizard. I knew him. He was a bit of a dick.
What was his name?
Gargon Sotirak. He lived many years ago, 500 years. He created many amazing inventions and magical items. I used to live near him, by the axis of the sky.
Oh, did you live in a tunnel by chance?
The great Santamir did not live in a tunnel, but I know of the tunnel.
Hmm.
And
And-
it was the only passageway into a secret valley in the mountains. And there, the mountains is where Gargon spends much time. I'm thinking that this is where his laboratory is. I was working with Anexi to find this tunnel, and I was planning to go with him to serve as I could as a scout, as an expert of the region. Though I would be better served if I was outside of this box.
I see.
Do you know what he used to move this coffin?
Yes, anyone who holds the key can make this coffin move.
And what is
Or
the key?
is a key. Is a
Oh, the actual key. Gotcha.
and it is he who can use it to open the coffin. Perhaps we could start with that. and work backwards.
Can we sense anything from this guy? Like whether he's
Make an
trying
insight check.
to
Yeah,
trick
can we
us?
believe him?
He seems very eager to have you guys open up this coffin, and given how old he says he is, you probably believe him that he's a vampire. So I'd say you probably don't believe him. He probably does seem to have ulterior motives at least.
All right.
I go over to Eikooc and I whisper, "We cannot aid a fiend of this nature. Eikooc, we'll trust him."
Can you cure him?
If by cure you mean drive a stake or my greatsword through his heart, yes. But I don't think he'll like that very much.
He's right.
Speaking too loud. Tharhun.
Yes.
You need to work on your subtlety.
Well, we can bring him with us in the coffin. It will walk itself. Whoever has the key can command it.
All of this distracts us from our true purpose. To save the people of Seaton. How will this find our way to this gnome?
Well, we'll follow the map using the Centimere's guidance. We will find the lab of this dwarven wizard. Get what riches lies in there and rescue Anexi. Dispatch Jesse and Jemay and use our newfound riches and abilities to free Seaton.
I
It's a
see.
good
Well,
plan.
we can't leave that dwarf to his fate. If those mage army thugs or anything like you describe, he may not have much time once they're done with him.
Gnomes aren't dwarves. Don't be racist.
Which one did I say?
He said dwarf.
Oh, all right.
They all look the same.
You're as bad as the humans.
All right. So I think Brynn has the key right now.
I didn't have the key. I thought, oh yes, Kelnozz handed it to me.
So, can you command the thing to move?
I command it to move. There's like a special word I need to say.
No. As soon as you speak the command and say, move over there, move over here, the metal legs start moving on their own and scuttles the metal coffin over to the spot that you commanded.
Aha. We can move it using this key.
I will help you find Anexi, and perhaps you will help me.
Perhaps, but I'm winking.
I thought
He
you
can't see, but he doesn't know.
I'm doing the slit throat motion, you know.
I'm like, yes, help us find that laboratory.
All right. Well, now that you've got a new ally in your quest, we will call it a night from there and pick up next week where you guys can set off for the tunnels.
Does the coffin just kind of like hover around?
Has legs that it make